Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Timwe Presents. Today is the day that the KTANE puzzle Plethora finally starts. The KTANE puzzle Plethora is a collection of hunt puzzles created by Cloud Gaming and Tasting in the KTANE community. And today, the first puzzle, Note Taking, has been published. I have not seen this puzzle at all yet. I'm going in blind and I'm recording myself solving it live. So here we go. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Note taking. I've gently brushed against victory for so many bombs, yet never seized it. Brushed seems to suggest brushstrokes, maybe. Alright, let's keep that in mind. It could be brushstrokes. Then we have lots of sort of edge work here. And then it says note to self. Next time I should use correction fluid to erase my mistake. So note to self sounds a bit like sticky notes. This has... this does not actually have note to self. Let's see what manual contains the phrase note to self. I think I have seen that. Oh yes, Hangover I think has that. Well, we'll find out in a second. It just occurred to me that instead of using the... okay, I was right about the Hangover, but I'm going to show you how you can do this without having the HTML files locally. I can go note to self and then cite katane.timwe.de, and that will also find me the Hangover. Okay, so let's see where note to self is mentioned. The note to self will not be accessible once you have started creating the elixir. Rum, gin, and vodka are considered to be spirits. Using the information from your note to self, start at the center square and follow the relevant paths. Continue adding ingredients or mixing in some way until you reach a repeated square. Okay, I don't know if that's relevant yet. Let's take another look at this. Note to self. After this bomb, I'll have a refreshing glass of the opposite of lemonade. The opposite of lemonade. I want to see which manuals mention lemonade. Let's find that out. Color Talk is the only module that contains the word lemonade, okay? Note to self, I really didn't like this bomb that much. I'd rather be playing a game with cowboys from 2018. Is there a module that references such a game? Okay, the Dallas Cowboys is probably not what this is referring to. And probably these search results are going to be full of that, so it's going to be very difficult to find what game this is referring to. Note to self, during this bomb I was listening to Prince's 6th studio album. So listening is the name of a module. I should probably start writing these down. So let's take some notes here. And so for our first one, this could be, correction fluid. Let's see if that phrase occurs anywhere. If not, then I think this may be referring to Tipex. That also doesn't appear anywhere. Tipex without a hyphen? No. Okay, so obviously this is a fluke match that is not relevant. Okay, so it's not that interesting. Is there a module that uses correction fluid on the actual module? I'm not entirely sure about that. Okay, after this one I have a refreshing glass of the opposite of lemonade. So I found out that lemonade occurs in Color Talk. So I'm not sure if that's relevant. Really didn't like, I'd rather be playing a game with cowboys. Wait, hang on, 2018 might be mentioned in the relevant manual. Okay. So, since the main page mentions all of these published dates, and of course many modules were published in 2018, this is a good time to actually use the HTML search. And of course this will find lots of digits inside of SVG code, so I'm going to use match whole words only. And let's see if that helps me in any way. A lot of my tweets will come true in 2018. Okay. The clock, obviously not. Okay, so if anything, it's something to do with Jaden Smith. I don't know anything about Jaden Smith. Let's see, Jaden Smith is an American rapper. Yeah, I really don't know anything about this. Okay, let's try the next one. Listening could be listening. But let's also find out what Prince's sixth studio album actually is, because maybe that has a name. Yeah, I thought I pressed this. Thank you. It's Purple Rain. Interesting. Okay, let's write that down. Yep, that is. Wait a sec. Warner Brothers Purple Rain. Why does it say Warner Brothers in front? Yeah, that seems to have been. Yeah, that was. Oh, I see. It's because the label. Yeah. Okay, so that's not part of the album name, so we ignore that. What's next? Oh yeah, let's go here. I've been picturing myself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees. Okay, I'm starting to think that everything here has a color in it. So correction fluid, of course, is white, and lemonade is yellow, but it says the opposite of lemonade. So the opposite of yellow in terms of RGB would be blue. In terms of the other color mixing, the wrong color mixing, I'm not quite sure. Let's just assume that the correct color mixing is meant. What is this? A game with cowboys from 2018. 2018 game. Game. Is it a video game? Cowboy? That is what I meant. Red Dead Redemption. Interesting. Okay, so that obviously refers to red, and then I'm just gonna say this refers to purple. I've been picturing myself in a boat with tangerine trees. Now, tangerine, I believe, is another word for orange. I mean, it's a fruit that is related to the orange, but the color is probably a very orangey. I'm just gonna assume that orange is probably intended. This bomb was really difficult. The answer to them felt as mysterious as the dark side of the moon. I'm gonna assume that dark means black. Or maybe dark gray, because you know the moon is kind of gray. Recently, someone brought back the deleted module based on elections. That's the U.S. election module. It reminded me of how I voted for Jill Stein. I believe is from the Green Party. Um, Green Party. There we go. It's kind of funny because I was looking at this picture and the background of the picture is all green. That's kind of it's very clever, very psychological. All right, so this is quite likely green. All right, now what does all of this edge work mean? Let's see. There's quite a lot of ports here. What could I take from the serial number? I probably need to know what module we are referencing here, and presumably the rules of that module, whichever module it may be, relate to both colors and the edge work in some way. Okay. Can't think of any module that I know, so there is a good likelihood that I don't know the module that is being referred to. Oh my lord, I'm noticing that some of these serial numbers look like the names of modules. So this here, for example, could be Quirkle, although I don't know what the AH is. This here looks like Jack Attack. This could be number something. PFX. Aha. Yeah, I'm thinking perspective, but there's no F in perspective, and XT could be extended password, but let's see. Yeah, I noticed that some of these serial numbers aren't actually valid KTANE serial numbers. This one here has a number in a place that would usually be a letter. Okay, I wonder if this edge work encodes a word or letters in some way. maybe these are, I doubt it, but we could have the periodic table of module names. So this one here, right? So for example, QW is almost certainly Quirkle, and then AH could be arithmologic, right? Let's write these down. Quirkle, arithmologic, and then EN. EN doesn't seem to have a matching module. CJ, cookie jars. Well, if EN doesn't have a matching module, then I very much doubt that this is it. So this is very likely not it. Unless, of course, it's a mistake in the puzzle, but I very much doubt that. There's a lot of modules that have question marks that really need some updating there. Alright, so it's not that. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the indicators in all of the edge work. I noticed the first one is the only one that doesn't have any indicators. So I'm wondering whether the indicators are some kind of Morse code. So if a lit indicator is dash and an unlit is a dot, but since the order of indicators doesn't matter, a dot dash and dash dot would be indistinguishable. So anyways, if it were that, this would be T, N, and then dot dot would be I, and then again N, dash dot, and then E, and then dash dash dash, which would be O. That doesn't seem to spell anything. Let's do the reverse. Dot, and then dot dash, and then dash dash, which is Mike. Dot dash, dash would be Tango, and then dot 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 would be dot 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 is Sierra. Yeah, that also doesn't form a word. Okay. White, blue, red, purple, orange, black, green. Allow me to read the original puzzle again. I've gently I've totally forgot about that. Brush strokes. Against victory for so many bombs, yet never seized it. Okay, so brush strokes mentions all of these colors, and each color is associated with a module. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so white. What module is referenced by white? That would be character shift. So character shift, does character shift use edge work? Let's take a look. So we have this. Okay, we have an x and a y value. Okay, so x would be ports plus serial number letters, which is 4 plus, so that's 8, 12, 14, 15. And y would be equal to indicators plus serial numbers, numbers, so that's 0 plus the number of numbers, which is 2, so that's a 2. So if these were letters, then that would be OB. Next one, blue. Blue, blue, blue. Blue is, I'm gonna assume that we mean blue and not sky or cyan, because, yeah, opposite of lemonade, I don't know, that could refer to a lighter blue if we were talking about paint. But let's take a look at the code. The number you would divide by from the code. Right, let's see. If the first and last digit of the serial number are equal and there are no batteries, well, there are batteries. If there is a CLR indicator, that's a no. If the serial number contains X, Y, or Z, that's a no. If there are 5 or more ports, only 2 ports. If there are no batteries, but we do have batteries. If there are more lit than unlit indicators, that's a yes. Divide the displayed number. Oh, we would need a displayed number. Okay, but we would be dividing by 69. So the code divide by 69. Now 69 is not, it's not in the range 1 to 26, so I'm not sure what to do with that. Maybe I have to use one of the other shades of blue, but let's go to the other ones first to see if this is... Now 2 bits is something that would give me 2 letters. I really don't like this bomb that much. I'd rather be playing a game with cowboys. Oh yeah, that was Red Dead Redemption. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna use the condensed manual here. We start with the serial number's leftmost letter. That would be a Juliet, that's a 10, plus last digit times battery, so 9 times 1, so 19. And if we have an RCA, which we do, and no RJ, but we do have an RJ, so we're gonna leave it at 19, and that would be a Sierra. Alternatively, if 19 is to be looked up in 2 bits, then that would be Papa Tango, I guess. Yeah. So let's try that. Okay, so purple, brushstrokes purple, the first 5 bits from tennis converted to decimal. Okay, the first 5 bits from tennis is that's literally just the first character of the serial number, isn't it? It says convert each character into a 5 by using... Yeah, okay, so the first character in the serial number is in November, so that would be this, which is of course 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 19, which is also a Sierra. Okay, the next one, the next color is orange, so color generator, and it says the red value from color generator. The red value, again, we have a cheat sheet, a good sheet that we can use. The red value is calculated from the first 2 characters, November Mike, excuse me, we're looking at this one here, color generator. I should probably be writing these down, tennis, and this was 2 bits. Let's put some, okay, character shift, alright. Color generator, we want Tango Lima, so Tango is here, Lima is here, so that's a 76. Okay, so that's the red value, 76. So if that were displayed on the module, the 76, that would turn into a 4 and C. So 4 Charlie. Let me see if that is in fact plus 12, 76. Yep, net is 76. Alright, let's move on to this one. Black or dark gray. I'm gonna start with black first, but maybe the total number to add or subtract from fast math might be relevant. But let's try XO1, the number from the first table. So let's see, AA batteries, we have 2, plus serial number digits, we have also 2, so that's a 4. And then we have indicators plus ports, that would be 2, so the number would be 62. Alternatively, if it's fast math, do we have a lit mic SA? That's a no. Do we have a serial port? That's a yes. We add 14. If the serial number contains FAST, it does contain a T, so we subtract 5. It becomes 9. RJ port present, that's a no. More than 3 batteries, that's a no. So 9, if it is, that would be India. And finally, we have green. Green, oh, there is lime and green, but I'm gonna assume that green is more likely. Let's see, does the serial number have 2 digits? Do I have a good sheet for this? Yes, I do. Right, does the serial number have 2 digits? No, it has 4 digits, which is not normally, which are not normally in these positions, but sure. So 6288. So X is equal to A divided by... okay, so that would be 6 over 2, which is 3, so X is 3, and then Y is equal to C over D, which is 8 over 8, which is 1. If not divisible, add instead. Okay, but they were divisible in both cases. So now X is equal to 3 and Y is 1, so we're getting 322. Stopwatch. Which in terms of seconds would be 202. Okay. Now the other option was burglar alarm, in which case we're looking for the last two table digits, so these here. Let's see. So number of batteries greater than 4, no. No lit indicator, emphatically no. So that would be a 9. Burglar alarm 9, and then we have number of batteries equals number of indicators. That would be 3 equals 3, so that's a yes. The serial number contains any letter in Berg14R. No, it does not, so that would be a 0. Okay, now brushstrokes tells you to modulo things by 35 and then add 1. So I'm gonna keep that add 1 in mind, but 90 would equal 20 under that, which would be a tango, and 76 would be a 6, which would be a golf. Aha, so it would end in GIT, if that theory is true. Alright, 69. That would be 34. That is not in range. Okay, so maybe we need to look at the other shades of blue here. Yeah, let's do that. So we have cyan and sky. Still thinking about what the opposite of lemonade could be. So what was the here? Symbolic coloring has a little sheet, a little. I thought it had. Oh, I see. It's just this table here. So yellow. Okay, so red and blue would be the colors not involved in yellow, so that would make purple, but we already have the purple rain thing, so it's unlikely that it'll want me to do tennis twice. And I don't think the opposite of lemonade is purple. So let's just try these two. So we have the forename index in Benedict Cumberbatch. Let's try that. For each of the following statements, the bomb has a parallel port? No. The serial number contains a vowel? That's a yes. So we add 1. Benedict Cumberbatch. More than half of the modules on the bomb have been disarmed. I'm gonna say no, although the fact that it doesn't tell me this suggests that this is not it. I don't think it would include a number that, that I can't know, that is not involved in the manual. So let's skip that and try safety safe. What we want here is, of course, the global offset. And once again, we have a good sheet to make it simple. We want the number of port types times 7. Port types times 7, that would be 14. So safety safe 14. And let's see, matching lit indicators. We have a lit sig, but we don't have SIG in the serial number, so that doesn't match. And we don't have any unlit indicators, so that would be 14, which would be N. So I'm getting O, B, N, P, T, S, G, I, T. That does not look like an English word. Let's think a little more about these notes to self. It says here, correction fluid to erase my mistakes. I wonder if that's trying to hint at something. And also, if my theory was right, that we would just be using these characters, sorry, these these modules, then a lot of the edge work here is redundant. But of course, the module, the puzzle would include all of the edge work just to make it, yeah. But why would there be invalid serial numbers, like serial numbers that don't occur in reality? That is really strange. Let's see how many there are. There are 2. This one and this one. These are the 2 serial numbers that don't follow the principle of serial numbers in KTANE. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at this. After this bomb, I'll have a refreshing glass of the opposite of lemonade. So what module could a refreshing glass be referring to? I can't think of one there. I really don't like this bomb that much. I'd rather be playing a game with cowboys from 2018. So I'd rather be playing Red Dead Redemption. This is very generic, so I don't think this refers to anything specific. During this bomb, I initially said listening module, but given that this is a reference to an album, it makes sense that it would say listening. I've been picturing myself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees. A boat on a river with tangerine trees. I don't know if that's a reference to anything. Nothing really comes to mind. This bomb was really difficult. The answers to some modules felt as mysterious as the dark side of the moon. This vaguely reminds me of the lyrics of Be a Man from Walt Disney's Mulan. So maybe, I mean, boat on a river with tangerine trees. If that is a song lyric, then that should be very easy to find. Okay, let's see if that's... Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees. Okay, Lucy in the sky with diamonds. So this is sky. Aha. Okay. So we want the sky, which is the global offset from safety safe, which we've calculated here. This is great. However, if this is referring to be a man, sorry, make a man out of you is the title of the song actually. I'll make a man out of you. Yeah, that doesn't have a color in the title, but the dark side of the moon, this seems pretty clearly referring to either black or dark gray. Okay, interesting. Okay, so since these are all clearly intended to be references to colors on brushstrokes, it seems to me that this is the only one that I got wrong so far. We have... Oh, wait a second, I'm an idiot. Character should... It says the value of x. Why did I write both of them down? So obviously that is an O. So we're looking at O something, and then potentially SSNIT. Yeah, that doesn't look like an English word either. Right, what does it say about 2 bits? It says the initial code, so that is definitely 19. Okay, it says here the total number of seconds, and that would be 202. So let's see what 202 is modulo 35 as 27. That's also not in range. Okay, well, since it does tell me to add 1 to the number, let's see what happens if I do that, because J. Yeah, that doesn't look like a word either. It's a very interesting puzzle, I do gotta say. I'm fairly confident about this one. This one I don't know. Oh wait, did I actually modulo this? That would be a 34. Yeah, that's not in range. Modulo 35 is 34. Let's write that down. And the reason Benedict Cumberbatch didn't work is because it requires number of solved modules. Alright. The 2 bits code is 19. The tennis code is 19. Safety safe. So this is 7 times port types with... Oh! port types, and it's twice of the same port. So that's actually just 7, which is a G or an H. That doesn't help. I liked it more when it was an N. Okay. So this one here is only correct if the dark side of the moon is supposed to be gray. Let me see, like, maybe that occurs in a different song. It's definitely in Mulan. There we go. That's the hit I was thinking of. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Okay, so this one's also referencing Mulan. But some of them are not. But even those that are not, let me take a quick look at this. This is Japanese. Yeah, the music is still the music from Mulan, so I guess, yeah, this is just a fan-made video using footage from animes to the song, to the tune from the Disney. So this is very clearly a reference to I'll Make a Man Out of You. Let me see if any of the other, like, maybe, okay, this is a bit unfair, but maybe the author of the puzzle was thinking of a different song from the same movie, but it turns out that none of the others have colors in their name, so it's not that. My apologies for that insinuation. Recently, someone brought back the deleted module based on elections. That was it was called US elections. It seems to, yeah. Honestly, this must be green. I mean, green, the Green Party. Which, well, but green is stopwatch. What is going on? Stopwatch is the one that doesn't work. And burglar alarm gives me a T, but not a reasonable word. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should check all of my work, because it's possible that I made a mistake. So let's calculate the value of x from character shift again, which is ports plus serial number letters. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's definitely a 15, that's definitely a November. I think that one's correct. And then we have the opposite of lemonade. This is irking me. Okay, what if that one is also supposed to be purple? In which case it would be tennis, in which case we would have 3 S's in a row. So no, it's not likely to be that. I really don't know. Okay, 2 bits. Let's see if I made a mistake there. Whoops, 2 bits. Let's go here. Oh, come on. It's the leftmost letter, which is a Juliet, so that's 10, plus the last digit, which is a 9, so 10 plus 9 is 19. Because there's 1 battery, so that's a 19. And then it says if RCA and no RJ, but we do have an RJ, so it's still 19. Yeah, I think that's definitely a 19. Alright, tennis. Let's take another look at tennis. It says, what does it say here about tennis? It says the first 5 bits. So that's the first character of the serial number. That's November. And November is that. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 plus 3, that's definitely a 19. 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31. Yep, that is definitely a 19. Next one, safety safe. Well, I already checked this, I guess, but right, I want to use the condensed sheet. Port types times 7. There's only 1 port type, so that's a 7. And oh my gosh, I was looking at the wrong edge work. There is a lit TRN and it has a T, so we actually want to go plus 5 on that. We get an L. And the unlit CLR is also in there, so that's actually an M. Still doesn't... Oh, whoops, I replaced the wrong letter here. That would be an M. Still doesn't give me an English word though. And this one here, I still don't know if it's XO1 or fast math, but given the results I got, fast math seems more likely. So let's take another look at this. If there is a lit mic SA, that's a no. If there is a serial port present, that's a yes. So we add 14. If the serial number contains the letter FAST, it does contain an F and a T, but it just says OR, so it's still just subtract 5. If there is an RJ port present, that's a no. And more than 3 batteries is also a no. So I'm still getting a 9. Whoops. And then finally we have this one here. I still maintain that that is green and it should be stopwatch. Stopwatch. The total number of seconds. Well, if this is a mistake and it's just the seconds without the minutes, then it would be 22, which would give me a victor. You know, but that still doesn't make an English word. Ah. Okay. Just on the off chance that this is some obscure word that I've never heard of. Of course not. No, it isn't. Okay, so the second letter I'm unsure about, and the last letter I'm unsure about. So let's try that. Nope. Of course, SNM is obviously not gonna work, and obviously if I change that, it's still not gonna find anything, is it? PTTNJ. Yeah, no. And besides, I find this unlikely because the manual here says a specific number, and I don't think these extra rules should be part of the puzzle. Well, anyway, I think I'm on the right track, and I think I found a few probably correct letters, and I just don't know what the rest is. Let's see what it says for 2 bits. It says the initial code. Surely the initial code. Yeah, it even calls it the initial code. Let's see, last digit of the serial number multiplied by the number of batteries. That is definitely a 9. And the first letter is definitely a J. So that's definitely a 19. Okay, so I'm fairly confident about this one. I'm confident about tennis, I'm confident about safety safe. I've made so many mistakes in safety safe, maybe I should check that again. Port types. How many port types are there in this edge work? 1. It's literally just parallel. So we start with 7. And then it says lit times 5. TRN does match the serial number. So that's plus 5. So 7 plus 5 is 12. And then the unlit indicator also matches the serial number. So it's 12 plus 1. We get 13, which is Mike. I think this is correct. Let's try this one here again. What if this is XO1 after all? Maybe I made a mistake on XO1. Let's check this out. It does say the number from the first table. The first table is, yeah, that's definitely the first table. Number of AA batteries here is 2, plus the number of serial number digits, 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So even if even if this was a mistake and it should have been 1 battery, it would still be the same number. And then indicators plus ports is clearly 1 plus 1, that's a 2. We get 62. In fact, as I look at this table, none of these numbers are in the range 1 to 26. So I would have to modulo either way. And it's just unlikely. So I don't think that it is referring to XO1. I think it's referring to gray. The dark side of the moon is definitely gray. If it were brown, which I don't think it is, but even then it says the temperature, and I don't think the temperature, where are the temperatures? There you go. None of these are in the range 1 to 26, not by a long shot. So it has to be fast math. And fast math gave me a 9. And then this one here, it should be green. Okay, let's take a look at the stopwatch table here. Which ones of these would be in the range 1 to 20? Only this one. This is the only one that where the total number of seconds is in the range 1 to 26. So it would be a 1, which would be an A, and we get insomnia. We get something almost resembling the word insomnia. Okay, so let me just quickly check that. 4 letters, 4 digits, excuse me, 4 digits. So x is the first 2 digits divided by one another. We get 6 over 2 is definitely a 3. That's in the right column. And then we get 8 divided by 8. That would be 1. I'm going to call in insomnia and see if it's correct. And we are back. Unfortunately, insomnia is not the right answer. I didn't expect that it would be, because the letters would be in the wrong order, and I'm not quite sure why it would be in that order. Alright, let me take another close look at this puzzle. I've gently brushed against victory for so many bombs, yet never seized it. So apart from brushed hinting at brush strokes, I can't really think of anything else in this flavor text that could hint at anything. I think that's it. I think it's brush strokes. Next time I should use correction fluid. Yeah, that is definitely white. After this bomb, I'll have a refreshing glass of the opposite of lemonade. Maybe opposite of lemonade is a song lyric. What is the opposite of lemonade? What the heck? Yeah, this is just nonsense. I mean, if I click this, it's just gonna go away. Yeah, this is just nonsense. This is not relevant, I don't think. Okay, maybe I should ignore the opposite of and just assume that lemonade is yellow, because none of the others refer to yellow. So let's see what the key from modern cipher is. The key from modern cipher is actually the sum of the digits in the serial. And it says ignore the cases, so it's literally just the sum of the digits in the serial number, if it is modern cipher. In which case that would be 9 plus 1, which is Juliet. No. Oh, this looks kind of similar to O.J. Simpson, I guess. But it would be missing a letter, because S-I-M-P Simpson does not fit. Yeah, it would be missing 2 letters. Okay, so it's clearly not that. Okay, but it could be a J, I guess. No. This is not forming a word. Is this a song lyric? I voted for Jill Stein. No, I don't think so. Lyrics? Yeah, no, there is no such song. Okay. I am dying to find out what I'm doing wrong here. Let's see, character shift X. Yeah, all I can do is just keep verifying these over and over again. Okay, I have another idea. Okay, this might be a little weird, but let's see what all of the Let's see what all of the possible values. Alright, let's see what all of the possible values can be. So the value of x from character shift is 15, which is O. Fast math is definitely a 9. Oh, I'm an idiot. They all depend on the edge work, so I would have to create a table. Oh man. I didn't think of that. So that also doesn't work. So my idea was to just calculate all of them, but obviously, you know, they're different from edge work to edge work. So I suppose I could actually literally calculate all of them, like every combination. Let's do that. Let's actually do that, because that's the best idea I have, which is not a good idea, I guess, but let's take this. So these are the edge works. Let's put them all here. Thank you. Let's use a proper font, something nicer than Arial anyway. Let's insert a row and then put the everything from brush strokes. Let's put all of that. Right, let's do this and replace it with that and put that here. Okay, and then all of those go vertical. Thank you. And then I guess I want to make this nice and there you go. Okay. So the initial code from 2 bits is equal to the first letter of the serial number, which is these things. Oh. Yeah, it's first letter, so ignore the digit, right. From 2 bits plus last digit times batteries. That would be 9 in this case. 1 times 5. This would be plus 9. This is the one that we think it is. 3 times 2 is 6. And then 8 times 3. Ooh, I believe that takes us way above. Let's do that. Okay, so that would be plus 6, and this is plus 8 times 3. That gives us 27, which is also not a valid letter. Alright, the red value from color generator. Alright, let's see, I can do you know what? I have an idea. Let's split these up. Okay, so now I have the serial number separately, which means that I can use formulas on them. Okay, so the red value from color generator is equal to I need to convert both letters and digits. Okay, I have an idea. So let me just see, so if I take the first character of this, why does it say value? Function char param, oh, of course, I meant code, my bad. Right, 81. So, okay, so if it's a digit, like a 6, then it'll be 54. And, of course, the letter A is 65. So what I can do is, if that code is greater than 64, then it's a letter, then I want this code minus 64. Otherwise, I want it minus, so let's see, if 6 is 54, then the 0 would be 48. So this is just the first digit, right? And then I want that modulo 16. There we go. Yep, Papa is 16, that is correct. And then we want this times 16 plus the same thing for the second character, which is also modulo 16. So I should probably do this and change this to a 2, 2, and 2. And then hope that this is correct. Okay, so this would be the red value. Obviously, some of these values are way too big to be letters. So which one is the one that we thought was color generator? I think it was. Oh, it was none of them. I should have. I could have just avoided that. Right, this one's also out of range, obviously. The key from modern cipher, ignore the cases. The key from modern cipher is the sum of the digits in the serial number. So I want the sum of the digits. Yeah, I think I'll just do it manually. I can't be bothered to write a Google Sheets formula for that. So 8 plus 3 is 11, so that's 20, that's 9, 6 plus 8, and then 6. 6 plus 2 plus, that's 8 plus 16 is 24. Alright, all of these are in range. The last two table digits from burglar alarm. Okay, burglar alarm, let's see. Number of batteries greater than 4. Which one of these has a number of batteries greater than 4? That would be only this one. No unlit indicator. Oops, no unlit indicator is true. So that would be a 2. Something. I'm gonna do. Come on. I'm gonna do that to remind myself that there is another digit to put. If the number of batteries is not greater than 4, do we have a lit indicator? If we do have a lit indicator, then it's a 9. So this one is 9, this one, and all the other ones would be a 4. Okay, then we can get rid of the marking. Now, number of batteries. So hang on. So these are already. Like all of these are already red. Like I don't even need to do the second part because they're gonna be greater than 26. This one here is gonna be number of batteries equals number of indicators. That is not the case. Serial number contains any letters in ALM 53. ALM 53. I'm just making sure I don't miss any. That's a no, so that would be an 8, which is also out of range. So it seems that burglar alarm is not it, no matter what. Let me just quickly check what that footnote says. Concatenate the two numbers. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Alright, next one. The next one would be the total number of seconds from the stopwatch. Now, the only possible way that that can be it is if it's an A. Right, so if it's a 1 second. Right, stopwatch. Actually, maybe there is something here. Let me see if 0 colon. Yeah, that is the only one that has less than 1 minute. So that can only be an A. So I don't need to calculate that for everything. The forename index from Benedict Cumberbatch. Oof, that is going to be a lot of calculation. Let's see. Okay. So let's see, which ones have a parallel port? This one has a parallel port, this one has a parallel port. Okay, so that's what those are. Then the serial number contains a vowel. That's yes, 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 no, no, yes. Next one, more than... Oh yeah, that's right, that's why that didn't... Okay, so that is extremely unlikely to be an actual thing, so I'm just going to remove that. The global offset from safety safe, so that was the number of port types, which in this case is 6. Yeah, you know what, I'm just going to write that down and then multiply it by 7 with a formula. So that's 3. So let's do this times 7. And we can immediately see that, you know, this one is already out of range. Right, so I'm just going to say this is greater than 42. Actually, it isn't, because there are no indicators, so it is in fact 42. Alright, so lit indicators that match a letter in the serial number. That's a none here. CAR, that's a yes, so +7. That makes that 20. Sorry, +5, so that's a 19. There's a lit indicator that matches, so that would be +5. And here we have Bob doesn't match, car does match, and NSA doesn't match, so only one, so +5, that would be 26. And that is the final value because there are no unlits here. NSA doesn't match, CLR has an R, so that would be +1 here. TRN is a yes and NSA is a yes, so that's a 9. Bob doesn't match, this one doesn't have unlit, this one doesn't have unlit. Okay, so these would be the values for safety save. The number you would divide by from the code, you know, for that one, come on, there it is. For this one, I don't need to calculate what they are for each thing. I can just write down the possible numbers. It's either 8, 20, or 3. Those are the only ones, right? Because 30, 42, and 69 are definitely out of range. So that would be IT or Charlie. India, Tango, or... no. Oh, come on. Right. It's a hotel, not in India. I knew I made a mistake. So that's HTC, which I suppose I can alphabetize. The first 5 bits from tennis converted to decimal. Okay. This is always the first letter of the serial number, which in this case would be 17, 5, 10, 4, 20, 16. And there is a regular offset going on here, tennis. So as you can see, A is 2 and 4, which is 6, so it's +5. Right, and Z 26 plus 5 is 31, so yeah, so it's always +5, so that +5. Yeah, let's do that, and then put the values there. And finally, this is a 6, so obviously the first 5 bits would be a 6. Alright, next one. The temperature from radiator. Radiator. If the serial number contains one or more of the letter... Ooh. Okay, aha, you know what I'm going to do. Wait, it says for every occurrence. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Like that. And now for each of those things, this obviously is supposed to be a 0. For each of these things, replace them with a hashtag. And then we see this is 2, so we want 20 here, 0 here, 10 here, 20 here, 20 here, 10 here, 0 here. For every pair of... Okay, now we need the rest of the edge work again, so let's transfer these numbers back to the spreadsheet. For every pair of A batteries, double A batteries, so this one has 1 pair of double A batteries, so that's +5. This one has 2 pairs, that's 10, none, 1. This one has 1, this one has 1, and this one has none. And then it says for every D battery, take 5 away. Whoops. Okay. This one has 1 D battery, so it's -1. No, it's -5, wasn't it? It's -5. Yeah, take 5 away. Let's see, this one is 1 single D battery. This was a single D battery. This is no D batteries. This is 1 D battery. This has no D batteries. This has 3 D batteries, so that one would be negative. Yep, that's if you end up with a negative number. Okay, so that's a 15. And they are all in range, so that's good. The temperature from cooking. All of those temperatures are way too high. Yeah, all these temperatures are like way out of bounds, so I'm not even gonna bother with that one. The value of X from character shift. Alright. Ports plus serial number letters. Alright, let's count the number of letters in the serial number first. That's actually quite easy to do. We just remove all of the spaces, all of the digits. There you go. And then we have 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 2. We're looking at character shift, right? Okay, so it's the number of serial number letters, like that, plus the number of ports. Now, this one has 8, 10, 12 ports, so that would be a 16. I got 15 last time. And yeah, this is an odd number. This is 8, 10, 11. Plus 4 is 15. Yeah, I must have made a mistake here. 2, 10, 11. Yeah, it's 11. So, wait, 15. Thank you. Alright, so what am I adding? I'm adding the number of ports. So that's a 6, that's a 5, that's just 1 extra, that is 2 extra, that is 1 extra, and that is 3 extra. Now, it seems extremely likely that this is the intended one, because, you know, all the other ones are just 5s and 6s. Well, I suppose you could use that if it's an echo, but you see what I'm saying, right? If you need an Oscar, then you would put a lot of... That's basically the only reason to put a lot of ports in there. The total number to add or subtract from fast math. Let's see. If there is a lit mic SA, add 20. Do we have a lit mic SA anywhere? No, we do not. Is there a serial port present? Yes, there is here and here, so those would be 14. If the serial number contains FAST, subtract 5. That's a yes here, so that's 9. Negative, what am I subtracting again? 5, so that's negative 5, negative 5, negative 5, negative 5. This one does not have any letters from FAST. So that's that. And then if there is an RJ port, add 27. We have an RJ port here, here, and here. And now we just add those. There you go. Okay, that goes here. And finally, if the bomb has more than 3 batteries, subtract 15. More than 3 batteries is only this one. And it says subtract 15. Alright, so these would all be negative values. And of course 36 is also too much. 27 is also too much. So the only sensible one that could be fast math is the third one. And the third one is almost certainly 2 bits. So I'm guessing that fast math is probably never relevant. The number from the first table from X01, that one is also never in the range 1 to 26, so I'm going to discount that. Nope, I wanted that. Come on. Okay, what am I doing? Come on. Thank you. The number of finding the school from module homework. Module homework. Alright, so if there is a lit bob, then the answer is definitely 0, and we do have a lit bob here, so that is already a 0, and we can keep it that way. Otherwise, we start with the serial number first digit, which is a 366894. Does the serial number contains SCHOL? That's a yes, in which case plus 3. SCHOL, SCHOL. There is a C here. Okay, you know, I'm just going to write down the numbers and then add them all up. Serial number contains a vowel plus 5. Vowel, 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 and another vowel. And I think I want to make these columns slightly more manageable. Thank you. Alright, the next one is 2 or more D batteries. I probably should have taken this apart into A and D batteries, but since this is the last one, I'm just going to do it manually. So plus 2 when we have 2 or more D batteries. this is just 1. This is 4 in 2 plus 1 in 1, so just 1. This is also just 1. This is the only one that has more than 1 D battery, so that's a +2. Next we have an FRK or IND indicator. None of those are anywhere. Okay. Any indicator contains student, in which case +2. Let's see, that's a yes. Student, no. T, T, S, and S. And finally, if there is a parallel port, it's another +2. So it's all of these. Okay, now this is going to be the sum of all of this. Let's go. Oops. Let's fill that in, and that gives us these values. Let's put them here and delete this. And they are all valid. Okay, now I'm going to convert all of these to letters. So here I'm going to say the character of 64 plus that number. That gives me a Zulu. And of course all of the invalid characters I'm going to remove. In fact, you know what, I'm going to do that here, because Notepad is good at that. Remove everything that isn't A to Z or a tabulator. Excuse me, remove everything that is not. Oh, yeah, but also keep the new lines, please, and also match case, because I want only... Okay, why am I incompetent? There we go. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that in here and then manually delete that and that. Okay, so now every row, right, let me concatenate all of this, all of these, and then make it all lowercase, put square brackets around everything, and then put it all in a line and go to Nutrimatic. And now we can see if we get none of these are a single word. Okay, so that means that my theory is either my theory is wrong or one of these is the correct answer. In which case I'm just going to submit all of these as guesses and see if any of them is correct. And we're back, and it turns out that none of the answers that I submitted is correct, which means that either I made a significant mistake. Oh, I forgot about the A and the CHT. I should have... yeah, okay, so alright, I should not have closed this, but that's fine. I can just do this, all of this again. Let's do that. And now any of them could also be ACHT. Right. Let's also remove the new lines, obviously, and then let's put this into Nutrimatic again. Unfortunately, this seems to have enabled quite a lot of... Right, let's see if there is a single word that can be matched. On stage. Cheetah. Okay, some of these are possible words. It could be a lot of these. Some of these are totally reasonable words that it could be. So I'm going to filter this list by what I think could be likely. Let's see, not that, not that. I don't know about that one. It's probably none of these. Assange. It would be funny if that's the answer. Attaché. Watcher. I guess it could be. Yeah, I don't think it's any of those. Alright, let's try these. I will be back in a second. And we're back again, and it turns out that all of these are wrong answers as well. So let me just very quickly take another stare at this to see if there is anything else obvious that I missed. Okay, I do not see it, so I'm... Right, so I'm going to stop the recording here. I'm going to ask for a hint when I'm allowed to, which is tomorrow after 24 hours. And then I will be back and try the rest of the puzzle. Okay, and here we are back with my good friend Num Degaset, who is going to take a look at my uh, progress so far. And we've already exchanged the ideas that I have so far, which is that each of these colors refers to a number from the brushstrokes manual. Now, what I haven't told you yet, Num, is that because this doesn't give me a valid English word, and because some of these I'm not entirely sure, like for example, for this one here, I don't know if the opposite of lemonade really is blue. I don't know if Jill Stein is referring to green or maybe lime, because green would be stopwatch, and that doesn't give me a valid value. Because of that, I decided to try literally all of the values. So for all of the edge works given and all of the values that brushstrokes could potentially ask about, I calculated all of the possible values. Except that, of course, the number from stopwatch can only, like, if it's the total number of seconds, then the only value that is in the range 1 to 27 is this one here in the bottom, which is 1 second. Everything else is more than 1 minute, and therefore greater than 60. Alright, so that one would at most be an A, and the number you would divide by from the code, the only numbers there in the range 1 to 26 are 3, 8, and 20, so that's those. And that gives me these possible combinations that each letter could be, or each item could be. And so if I add ACHT to the possibilities for all of them, turn that into a newtomatic query, I get these words. And I trimmed this word down a little because I didn't want to ask about all nonsense words I gave, but I asked for all of these, and these were all wrong. Right? So this is how far I got. Do you have any ideas on what we could do next? Oh wow, after this last one there is, like, tactful is still a pretty reasonable word. Ah, but wait, I did already ask tactful earlier. Yeah, so never mind. And besides, I'm reasonably certain that the first letter is going to be an O, because it's just obviously it's obviously white, because correction fluid, which is obviously character shift.
Whiteout.
Whiteout. Thank you. See, over here we call it. Ah, interesting. See, in my recording, I tried Tipex. I tried to see if there is a song called Tipex, because we had two other things referring to songs. Um, no, that's not even true. I tried to see if any other KTANE module mentions Tipex. And I didn't realize that in America it was called whiteout. Anyway, regardless, now that we know that it's all about brushstrokes, obviously it's going to be whiteout, which is obviously character shift, right here, white, the value of x from character shift, which is definitely ports plus serial number letters. Number of ports is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. That is definitely a 15, and that is definitely an Oscar. So I think if anything, it starts with Oscar, right?
Okay.
But
Um,
but I'm similarly
and what?
certain about some of the others, and they do not give me a valid English word,
So, for example, the purple rain one,
right?
you're certain is the letter S.
Well, it says the first 5 bits from the tennis manual, and the first 5 bits in tennis come from the first character in the serial number, which is actually the alphabetic position plus 6. No, it's plus 5. My bad. It's plus 5. So that's 14 plus 5, which is 19. But I also looked it up in the manual, and it gives me this binary code, which is 14. Which is 19. You can calculate this. It's 16 plus 3. Right.
Right.
Anything else?
Uh, the other one I was reasonably. So, I thought that the reference to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds would be orange because the lyric after what it says
Mm.
there references marmalade.
And also it says tangerine in the text. So yeah, I did actually have orange at first. I tried that. And then it says color generator. Now color generator takes, yeah, in fact we can just look at our spreadsheet here. Color generator here. As you can see, this one and this one are the only ones where that gives us a value in the range that we're looking for. All the other ones are out of range, and in particular this one would be the third last one, which gives us a 76. So that's why I discounted that. And the thing is, even if you do the modulo that brushstrokes asks you to do, you get, alright, you do get a sensible letter, I guess. But there were some where even that didn't give me a valid letter. But alright, so if that's a 6, then that would be an F. No, it's an, yeah, it is an F. So it would start with OF. No, nonsense. We're looking at the third last letter, so that would be an F. Alright. And we're reasonably certain about 2 bits being an S, tennis being an S, and then already we have SSF, and that just doesn't seem to...
What was you were reasonably Red Dead Redemption, right? So they're not in order.
It's okay, it's possible that they're not in order, yes. So I guess what we could do is we could try and find out which of these edgeworks give us a 1 from stopwatch, which ones give us a valid number from code, and then use the anagram thing from Nutramatic. I suppose I can already do that now, but I suspect that this will just give us far too many possible answers. Let's also, yeah, that's just tons and tons of possibilities. So, in fact, I suspect that it's still going to give us tons and tons of possibilities, even if we do figure out which one has an A and which one has CHT.
Well, you also know there's an O. And
An
2
L?
S's. Oh, Oscar.
And oh, I see. You're right. Okay. So let's see which ones we are absolutely certain about. We're pretty sure about the O. Don't know the second one. In fact, let's do it like this. O. Don't know the second one. The third one is almost certainly an S.
It is certainly an S.
And then an S again. Now the next one, you said, right, so we said that could be an F, I guess, if it's orange and it's referring to the color generator and it is moduloed, which I doubt. I really don't think that that's what it wants us to do. And then this one here is either black or dark gray. If it's black, it gives us XO1, which is always out of range. And this one, by the way, 62, 62 minus 35 is still out of range. You see, it's a 27. So, what are you doing?
Looking up if there's any colors in the lyrics of "Make a Man Out of You." I doubt it.
Ah, interesting. So I
don't
checked
think
if
so.
I checked if there are other songs from Mulan with colors in the titles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the last one. Let's say the last one can be anything. So let's try that. Mission. So I suppose mission could be it if if they are out of order. And that would also give us the M rather than the F, which so an I and an N would be missing. So what could these be sorted by?
Well, first of all, which one's an I and which one would be an F, and then how would that be?
Well,
Like,
I
what
was
color
trying
would
to
those
figure
be
out the
done?
sorting first, and then and then that would fall into place. So I'm trying to look at the so the number of ports is not unique. The last digit of the serial number is not unique. The number of batteries is obviously not unique, although the exact battery arrangement is unique. But oh no, not even. You have 3 and 2 twice. Yeah, the last digit of the serial number would be a cool one to sort by. Oh, maybe we need to sort by the order of those colors in the brushstrokes manual, right? So In which case, so currently I have white, blue, red, purple, sky, and then this one, if it is an I, then that would be fast math, which would make it gray, and then this one we don't know, but I'm guessing green. But the correct order is red, orange, yellow. So red, orange, yellow, lime, green, cyan, sky, blue, purple, magenta, blue, purple, magenta, brown, white, gray, black and pink. Okay, so red would be an S, so no. It's not that if it is mission. Alright, shall I just call in mission and see if that's correct?
It seems like you're not actually trying to solve the puzzle. Like,
I am.
the way you're doing it seems really uh,
Go ahead.
roundabout relevant. Like, it doesn't seem like you're actually trying to figure out like how the puzzle's supposed to be solved, and you're just trying to
Yes, I am.
get to a word, no matter like how. I don't know.
No, I disagree. What I did just now is I took the order from the brushstrokes manual because that was my theory on how the puzzle should be solved. So I checked whether that theory was correct, and it wasn't. So I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I mean this idea of like, let's just call in mission and see if that's right.
Right.
Seems weird.
Oh, okay. That you say that's weird, but that's normal in terms of hunts. Like during a puzzle hunt, that's always what you do.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm gonna do that. Um, let's see if Nutramatic gave me any other answers. Ah, Simpson. Interesting, because I had Oscar Juliet for the first two letters at first, and then I thought it might be O.J. Simpson. See if it's that. Okay. Right. Okay. Do you have any other ideas?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. In that case, then, are you still trying to find ideas?
Of course.
Okay. By the way, here's another thing that I observed. Actually, two things. The first one is that some of these serial numbers very strongly remind me of names of other modules. For example, QW is Quirkle. This one here looks like Jack Attack. And NMR could be anything with number. Right? But I don't know what TLRF would be. XT could be extended password, but then what would PF be? And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that most of these letter number combinations are valid serial numbers, but then you have this here, where you have a digit in a place that would ordinarily be a letter, and that occurs twice. There are two instances of that.
That was actually, you should reload the page because tasks.
Oh, that was changed. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, let me quickly check which ones. Okay, so this. Ah. They've swapped the 3 and the K, which does have an effect on. No, it does not have an effect on 2 bits, never mind. Okay, and the other one. That one's still the same, that one is still the same, that one is still the same, that one. Aha. So that's 628 Charlie Echo 8. Right. So that still has 4 digits, and the same 4 digits in the same order, so stopwatch would still be the same. It would still be 3 minutes 22. And the burglar alarm only cares about what characters are in the serial number, not what order, so that would also not be different.
It also seems to imply that the serial number doesn't matter in terms of the
Not necessarily.
structure of the puzzle.
Well, okay, it says it means that most of the serial number doesn't matter, but in some cases the last digit might matter, you know? I mean, if our theory is correct, that is certainly what is the case, because in each case only some of the edge work is relevant, like number of ports or something. Anyway, let me take another stab at this. Yeah, that's just gibberish. So I want to try this again with the order of the colors in the brushstrokes manual. So let me just copy this and do this. So Romeo would be, I mean, red would be a Sierra, and then green would be something we don't know. S would be a Mike. That was sky. Blue is something we don't know, and then purple, white, and then we get this. I don't think that's a valid English word either. Yeah, no. Only now did it occur to me to read the first letters of each of the notes to self, but unfortunately that doesn't spell out anything either. But, you know, if it had, I would be quite upset that I hadn't noticed that sooner. So, maybe I should mention that before you contacted me, I was ready to, you know, put this to rest for now and wait until I can ask for the first hint, which would be 24 hours after publication.
Okay.
Do you want to do that,
I don't.
or?
I don't think I'm gonna take too much of a position in this hunt as I thought, because
Right.
my I'm really out of sync with KTANE
Well,
at
so
this
am
point.
I.
So yeah, but it just lowers my
I see. Yeah,
ambition.
that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording here and hope for the hint tomorrow. And we're back again with my friend Nam Degaset, who just had another idea which I'm going to add to my recording. So the idea here is that maybe brushstrokes requires you to find not just a number, but also to actually enter one of these patterns. And many of these patterns actually look like a letter. So maybe we want to find out what the actual patterns are that we need to find. So I'm just going to indent this a little here. And pattern number 15, or more precisely 16, because this tells you to add 1 to your number. So that would be 5, 10, 15, 16. So that would indeed be an S. Very interesting. So for this one here, blue, blue is actually the code, and the answer I got for the code was 69. 69 modulo 35 plus 1 is 35, so that's the very last one, and that is 2 vertical bars. That would be 2 eyes. So that is not likely. Now for 2 bits I got a 16, sorry, a 19, which would therefore be a 20, so that would give us an O. And then for tennis, which is also a 19, would also give us an O. So I guess shoot, if that middle, the second one is supposed to be an H.
It's also relevant to note that that second one is one you weren't very sure of.
I am pretty sure that the code gives me 69. The thing that
I mean, you weren't sure that the
opposite of
referred
lemonade.
to the blue.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. In that case, if it is yellow because of lemonade, then we get modern cipher, in which case the answer would be 11, which is that bow tie shape here, which I suppose could be an 8. I don't know. Anyway, so here with safety safe we got 13, so that would give us 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that is a K. Shook is definitely a word. Now here we had X01 first, which is 62, and that would give us 28. So this is 25, 6, 7, 8. That is not a letter. The other one, number 9, which would give us 10, that is also not a letter. So this is where this breaks apart. And finally here with the stopwatch we got 202. That would give us 28, so 10, 20, 25, 6, 7, 8. That is also not a letter. If it is burglar alarm, then that would be 21. 10, 21, that is also not a letter. That is a shame, because it started looking quite promising. But unfortunately that didn't work out. So I'm gonna say that theory is also busted.
Darn.
Yeah. Alright, so end of recording again, and I will see you tomorrow when I actually ask for the hint. And hello everybody, and welcome back again to Timwe Presents. So, we are back looking at the note-taking puzzle. Now, I said that I would wait 24 hours for a hint, but it turns out that there were some errata published before the deadline for hints ran out. So, I'm going to take another look at this puzzle, and I've opened a tab here where I can see the differences. So in one of these where it says the opposite of lemonade, this was changed to something similar to lemonade, and that I think is trying to hint at lime. And secondly, the one with the mysterious dark side of the moon where it was talking about the song from Mulan was changed to Alessia Beth Moore. I have no idea who that is, so let us just Google for that. And what do you know? It's a singer whose stage name is a color. Alright, so instead of black or dark gray, this is definitely trying to be pink. So I guess I'm gonna put that here and delete that line. And that means it's not XO1, it's not fast math. And I guess I'm also going to remove this because that didn't take us anywhere. And now let's take a look at what brushstrokes wants for pink. Here, the number for finding the school from module homework, which of course we already calculated. This is the second last one, so that would be a 5. Module homework 5, which is echo. Now I'm going to verify that quickly. I want to make sure that I get everything right. Do we have a lit bulb? Obviously not. Does the serial number contain school? No. Does the serial number contain a vowel? Also no. 2 or more D batteries? That is a no. FRK or NSA? That's a yes, so it's +2. Any indicator contains student? Yes, NSA contains student, so 2 + 2 is 4. And the parallel port is a no, so it's 4 plus the first serial number digit, which is 3, so I'm actually getting a 7. I was hoping that it was gonna be an E because MET looks more like a word, but now I'm getting a G. How in the world? Okay, so let's try this again. So why did I get a 5 here? That means that very likely all of these calculations are wrong. I mean, how would I even get 5? If I forgot about the first digit of the serial number, I should have gotten a 4 as we calculated. So let me just go through this again. The serial number first digit is a 3. Serial number contains school? No, it does not. Serial number contains a vowel, PFXT. No, it does not. 2 or more D batteries. 2 and 1 means it is 2 AA batteries, so that's a no. FRK or NSA, that's a yes. We do have an NSA, so we add 2. Any indicate, yep, NSA contains an N, so +2, we get 7, and there is not a parallel port. So that is indeed a golf. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, so that's one thing. Now the thing that's similar to lemonade, I'm going to assume, is hinting at lime, which would mean burglar alarm. Now in my notes, burglar alarm gave me all numbers greater than 26. So I'm gonna go through those again just to see what I get this time. Burglar alarm, and in fact I have a rearranged manual here that might make it a little easier actually. I forgot about that the last time. So we have, so I'm gonna say this is lime, and I claim that this is a burglar alarm. More precisely, the last two digits, the last two table digits. So the last digit is this one here. Do we have more than 4 batteries? Yes, we do have 5 and 3. Do we have any unlit? We do not have any unlit, so that's false. So we get a 2. And then finally we have batteries equal to indicators. 5 batteries and 1 indicator. That's a no. So else, does the serial number contain ALM35? ALM35, I'm gonna say no. So that's an 8. So I get 28, which is greater than 26. So I don't know what's up with that. So we now get O blank SSSMGT. O blank S, oh yeah, this is 2 S's. Which, you know, if it's one more, it would be this. So I still don't know what this is. Let's take a look at Nutramatic, I guess. That does not give me a valid word. Let's see if I can anagram this. That doesn't give me a single word. So I don't think it's that either. Alright. Alright, so I guess that errata did give me 2 colors that I didn't get before, but it still doesn't allow me to make progress. So once again, I'm gonna wait for the hint tomorrow. Wait, hang on, similar to lemonade. What else is similar to lemonade? An orange, perhaps. Let's see what the red value from color generator would be. And that would be 5 times 16. That's already way above 26, so it's not that. Okay. Yeah, once again I'm stumped. I mean, I don't know why these numbers here were wrong. I guess I can try and recalculate those and do the Nutramatic trick again. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so the number for finding the school in module homework is the first digit of the serial number, which is these, plus, let's see, if the serial number contains SCHOL, then we do plus 3. That has a C in it, L and a C. Then if the serial number contains a vowel, we do plus 5. There is a vowel here, there's a vowel in almost all of them, I seem to recall. Then 2 or more D batteries. Which ones of these had 2 or more D batteries? I think that, no, not even that. I think this one was the only one, so that would make that plus 2. Let me just quickly check this. This is 2 in 1 plus 1 in 1. This is 2 in 1. This is just 1 D battery. And this is 4 in 2 plus 1 in 1. So still only 1 D battery. So all of them have only 1 D battery. FRK or NSA is plus 2. FRK. We don't have FRK anywhere, but NSA we have here, here, and here. So I'm just going to merge those. Then we have any indicator containing student. That's another plus 2. S, student, none of these. N, N, S, S. So lots of them. And then parallel port plus 2. This one does not have a parallel port, no parallel port, parallel, and another parallel. And now we sum these. And we get these numbers. Yep, that is quite different from what I got last time. In fact, Alright, so interesting, why does this give me an echo even though I have a 7? Oh, I see. These aren't the formulas anymore. Okay, so let's do this. Code for 64 plus that value. Nope, not code. Char. My bad. That would be an N, and that would be a G. Okay, so now we have these combinations. So let's do all of those. Lowercase, square brackets around them. Oh, and also add the ACHT, I guess. Let's put those all together, put them into Nutramatic, and this is what we get. We already know it's not that. Do we have single words for this? Yeah, I'm getting mostly the same words that I already verified with the author. So it's none of these. Alright, so I guess I'm just as stuck as I was before, so once again I'm going to wait for the hint tomorrow, and we will see. And here we are one more time with the note-taking puzzle. I ended the previous video a bit too hastily because there was one other thing that we tried, which was to try and see if these symbols in brushstrokes actually give us readable letters. And it turns out that the two phrases that were changed are indeed those two that don't give us a sensible shape that looks like a letter. So let's see if we can get a letter this way. We get 10, 20, 25, 6, 7, 8, but we need to add 1, so that would be an N. So at this point, it seems clear that I'm going to get snooker. Alright, so let's quickly finish this. Pink is module homework. I'm not quite sure why that note is missing here, but we did calculate that. So the module homework for this one, that gives us 7. Module homework is a 7, so plus 1 would be 8. So that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, and that gives us an E. Okay, at this point I am reasonably confident that this is the answer. So this was probably stopwatch the whole time. 202 modulo 35 plus 1 is a 28. Whoa, but 28? Didn't we have 28? Well, let's see. 10, 25, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I suppose that looks a bit like a Romeo. Close enough. Probably the closest out of all of these. None of these look closer to a Romeo, so I guess that's fine. So I'm going to call in snooker. And with that puzzle probably solved, I will see you again on Wednesday for the second puzzle.